Hey guys, welcome. We're going to do a couple frequently asked questions we have today for our mowing, landscaping, and snow services. And here we go.
Yeah, I'm Mike. I'm the owner. This
I'm
is
Griffin, operations manager.
All right, we'll start with mowing. I'll be asking Griffin the questions, and then we'll switch. He'll ask me questions about landscape and snow. So, kicking it off with mowing, when does our mowing season begin?
So our mowing season will begin after we do our spring cleanups for the year. Spring cleanups will begin around April, and then after those are done, we'll get our mowing started typically around the end of April, last week or so, and we'll get our mow guys out.
Then the opposite end, when do we stop mowing for the season?
So mowing typically will end right around Thanksgiving. Usually that's kind of our wrap-up point. Once again, like Mike was saying, it's kind of a weather thing, and grass stops growing. It's typically when right around we end around Thanksgiving.
Yep. And that leads right into another question. Is a fall cleanup included with my mowing?
So fall cleanups are not included with the mowing. So what we can do if you're looking to get a fall cleanup, we can send you a quote. Actually, Mike will send you a quote over, or the office, and then we can get out there. Our guys will come out and do a full fall cleanup for you. For mowing, though, when the leaves start falling, we'll just mow right over them. It usually doesn't do a whole good job. We'll blow out the beds and stuff like that, but we won't do any takeaway with the leaves and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the mow guys will mow them over, and for some people, some houses, that might be just fine. But if you have bigger, more mature trees, that's probably not going to be enough. So a whole separate fall cleanup will be needed. So we offer with mowing bed maintenance, and a lot of clients ask, what exactly is bed maintenance, and what's included with that?
So for bed maintenance, get a lot of questions about this. Bed maintenance isn't really the whole overgrown type of thing for your beds. This is a weekly maintenance package deal where we'll come out, we'll spray a product called Triad. We'll come around, we'll spray all the weeds in your beds.
Does that include the weeds in lawn?
So for weeds in the lawn, no, that doesn't include that in the bed maintenance. If you have weeds in your lawn, we won't come and handpick them, but what we do offer is a fertilization program where a guy will come out and he will fertilize your yard that will also treat the weeds that are there.
Do we do one-time mows?
So we do offer, it's a 4 mow minimum. So
some people ask, hey, I'm just going out of town for this week, this couple weeks, can you do it then? And I still urge you, just sign up for the whole month. Traveling stressful, hectic. Another question about scheduling: do you offer biweekly?
So no, we also don't offer biweekly mowing. We found out that causes a lot of problems within our scheduling as far as if you want to skip, your yard will get super overgrown, and then we come back and we're trying to play catch up. It's this really confusing game. So we only offer weekly mowing just so we can keep your yard looking as good as possible at all.
Yeah, we used to, and we'd mark it up about 50%, which still made it cheaper. But we track everything, including complaints and reasons clients are upset. And one thing we notice is there's a trend. Those who were the most upset tend to have biweekly service. And like Griffin pointed out, if you are on biweekly and you skip a mow because of, say you call in to skip or we skip because of rain, something like that, if you're on the first and third week of the month and then we skip that third, it's now going to be a month between your services.
Yep.
So it's not a great scenario. It makes scheduling really difficult. If you don't want to be serviced any week, just call in
24 hours ahead.
Yeah, and skip. So, Griffin, what happens if you do come out with the crew and skip?
So if we come out with the crew, we're expected to service your yard every time we come out. Half of our cost is actually just sending the guys out there to do the service. So if we just come out and you tell us you don't need your lawn mowed, we're losing money right there already. So we try to get out there and do the lawn every time we're there. So obviously if we get there and you say you don't want it, we won't mow it if you say that, but you're going to get charged just because we're there, because that's just where our cost comes from.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to be skipped, just call in, not a big deal, and skip. But please do not come out and skip with the crew. If that happens, more than once or twice, we will just charge you the full cost. Sometimes we get clients saying the crew was too fast. Not necessarily a question, but more of a statement or a bit of concern. Do you want to talk about that a bit?
Yeah. So all the mowers that we use, they're actually designed to cut at the pace that we're cutting at. They move pretty quick, so they're going to be moving fast when they're in your yard. And also, we have around between 15 and 25 yards that our crews do per day. So when we're there, we need to be as efficient as possible and get everything done in a timely manner so we can get all the jobs done per day. So they will be moving pretty fast. The only time that we like to address this is if there's any problems that you're noticing, if there's any quality issues, because they're moving too fast, please let us know, and then we can address those with the crew and hopefully resolve the issue. But for that purpose, we're going to be moving at a pretty quick pace, just so we're getting in and out of there as quick as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's something specifically because of their speed that doesn't look right, like if there's blades of grass that are still not cut or standing up, let us know directly and we'll get that problem. How often do you sharpen your blades?
So our blades, we like to sharpen ours around almost every week, but in the earlier months when the grass is nice and thick, we'll do it even 2 times a week. So we're keeping our blades nice and fresh. When we get out there, your yard's getting cut nice and even, nice and sharp. It's looking good. So we like to keep our blades nice and sharp for you guys, so the lawns are looking pretty neat.
Back to mowers. So people often ask what size mowers we use, and what I've heard the most is I don't want big mowers. I have a small yard, tight spaces. So what size machines do you use?
Yeah, so for most of our yards, residential, we'll use a 36-inch Wright standard mower. These are actually, in comparison to most companies, a lot smaller than what most companies use. So they're actually perfect size for the properties. They can get inside of most gates for the backyards. If we can't get in the backyards, we'll use a 30-inch push mower to get in those smaller, tighter areas if needed. But as far as being too big, they're the perfect size for these yards. If you're a commercial account, we'll use about a 52-inch or 61-inch to cover those big, wide open areas.
Yeah, and I do have to agree with our clients to say I don't want big mowers. I think what they're seeing is a lot of other companies who have these like 60 inches or even 52s on small properties, and we have all those in our fleet. We just don't use them on small properties. I see all the time relatively small houses, 10,000 square feet, which is kind of your 10,000 square feet of lawn, which is like your average suburb house, and they have these big mowers on it.
Yeah,
and it's too large. So I definitely agree with the clients. Do you bag clippings?
we do not bag clippings. So with our mowing, if we're keeping up weekly as we should, all the blades will be chopped up in nice small pieces, so you won't really show in the yard. And then if we have to, we will double cut for the yard just to make it look nice and neat and make sure all those clippings are chopped up. If your yard is completely way overgrown, we will have a baggage fee, but for the most part, we like to stay away from that.
Yeah, bagging for us is super rare. It may happen 1 or 2 times a year, and we mow, I don't know, 200 or 300 a week.
Yeah.
We may have to brush mow it the first time as well if it's super long, and if there's started to have some thicker trees and shrubs and kind of weed trees come up in the yard with the grass, we may have to brush mow it, which we can do. And of course, that's just an additional fee. We'll rake all that up. We'll take it all away, and then within a week or so, you can just be mowed again like normal. Someone asked you, hey, can I pay by check or call in for you to process my card?
So all of our billing will be done by card. So we will take your credit card and we'll have that on file, and you just be billed in that.
What other services do you offer?
So we offer a whole bunch of other services. We have a landscape crew. They can come out, they can trim bushes, they can install mulch, plants, rocks. We do bed edging.
Some construction, retaining walls, patios.
Yeah, we do stuff like that. We do have a FERT program that we offer. So yeah, anything landscape outside, stuff like that, we're more than happy to.
Yeah, actually, I have a whole video. If you look up Service Umbrella, that goes over everything we do. Basically, if it's outdoors, and what to do with your yard, your bushes, your grass, we can do it, or we have a subcontractor for it. This question wasn't on here, but I thought of it while you're talking. What happens if it rains 1 week? Kind of 2 scenarios. If it rains 1 week, the whole week's a washout, or if it just rains like a day or 2.
So if it rains like a day or 2, which is obviously going to happen, the mows so say it rains Monday, we'll just push everything back. Typically a day, we'll try and play a little bit of catch up, stay longer in for the day, and try and get more stuff done from the later days in the week. So stuff like that, you may be a day behind or so like that. If we have a whole week of rain, like Mike was saying, typically we'll just wash the week and we'll start over the next week, so you're not getting double charged within a week. So we'll just wash the whole week and just start fresh on top the next week.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll notify. Griffin's great about sending out emails. We have one more question here I totally skipped over. This is a really, really important one. We run into this probably once a month throughout the busy season, and it's around debris. So do we mow around debris? What do we do? There's kind of 2 types of debris. There's personal items, really 3. There's personal items, there's natural stuff that I've blown in your yard, tree branches, whatever, and then the big one is dog poop.
Yeah. So most debris for the first couple times we start noticing stuff like that. If it's toys or anything like that, lawn furniture, we'll just take it up and we'll either put it close to the door in the back or we'll put it on the patio, one of those two things. And then with dog poop, same thing. We'll just kind of roll over it and deal with it that way. Same thing with trees, limbs, all that stuff. We'll just kind of move it out of the way. If it continues to be a problem, we will notify you through email or give you a phone call, and we'll have to have that stuff obviously picked up before we come. And if it's not, we will just mow around it. We'll leave it in the yard, and that should obviously be easily noticeable if it's still there. There's long grass around it, so just make sure you're cleaning up all the stuff in the yard so we can come in and do a good job and make it look nice for you.
Yeah, and with the dog, generally know what day of the week we are. So just try to get ahead of it a day or two. My house gets mowed on Tuesday, so usually like Sunday afternoon I pick it all up, and it's fine. But it becomes kind of a health thing on top of just being gross.
Yeah.
It's poop.
We have guys going under the mowers, changing the blades and scraping off grass. So
Yeah, and then transfer if it's on the mower tires onto our truck, onto our next client's lawn. So it's more of safety on top of the fact it's just gross. So we definitely want to do the work. Just make sure that you enable us to do the best job we can.
Yep.
And then I mentioned natural debris.
Yeah.
So if you look at most of our mow trucks, they have flatbeds or box beds, box trucks.
Yep.
So we actually have no room to haul other stuff. So we can't take in that stuff with us. But if you have lawn bags, you can throw in that. And if it's a lot of stuff, you have down trees from a storm, or you have dirt from an excavation, we can take care of all that as well. Yeah, give us a call. We'll get you quoted and get all that stuff removed and out of your life. So now I think that is it. Anything else to add?
I think that's it. So now I'm going to ask Mike some questions here about landscape, service, and cleanups. When am I getting my fall cleanup?
Yeah, so we start fall cleanups about early October, and that will get pushed out all the way until really Christmas or the snow comes.
Yeah, if it's nice out there, we'll try and get some guys out there to do it.
Yeah, we like to start a little bit earlier. If you live in an older area, a wooded area like I do, you're gonna need a few, and you're not gonna save money by just getting one at the end, because what will happen is the leaves keep falling, and they build up, and they get compressed, and then maybe some snow comes, some rain comes, and it builds up. It gets in the cracks, and it just becomes a lot more work. So you're not gonna save money by just having one. If you live in an older neighborhood, you're gonna need 2 or 3. So we like to start early, and then do maybe one in the middle and one late, if that's what your yard needs.
Yeah, if you need it urgently too, please let us know.
If you sign up September or October, there's a good chance you'll probably get done in November, just how that schedule pans out. But if you want to be done early, we could just bump you to the front of the line.
So for bush trimmings, so when do bush trimmings usually happen?
Yeah, so the rule of thumb, and there's a few different ways to look at it, is April, August, but it definitely can vary. We're not going to trim anything that flowers in April because we'll cut the buds off, that you won't have that beautiful flower. So we'll do all that in August. And then if you want things cut down, pruned really hard, like say you have a hedge that's grown up over a window, or it used to be the height of the fence, now it's 3 times, we can do that in kind of early winter, midwinter, when things are a bit dry. When temps are down, the plant has gone dormant. So now's a great time to reduce that height down, and it has the highest chance of survival then. So it depends on what you're looking for, but if you're scheduled, like in one of our packages, it'll probably be early spring, late summer.
So if the guys are at my house and I want to add some stuff for them to do, what should I do?
So give us a call. My job is to make sure that you get the services you need that you want. So give me a call and we'll get that added on. The guys will say yes to just about anything, but they're not going to do it without getting a change order. They can do probably whatever you're looking to get done.
So when I sign up for my landscaping job, how does payment work? How do I pay? When do I pay?
Gotcha. Yeah, so we take a $100 deposit for all jobs. That gets you a spot in the schedule. That's non-refundable. And then for anything under $5,000, after the crew's done, they'll do a walk around with you, make sure you're happy. You'll sign off. And the next day, we'll verify that's happened, and we'll charge the card for remaining balance. For anything over $5,000, we'll charge 50% the day we start the job, and then 50% the day we end the job. So, and then obviously, of course, minus that $100 deposit.
Yep. So a lot of people ask, where do we get our products from? So for as far as rock, mulch, stuff like that.
Yeah, we buy a lot of stuff. So our nursery is Green Glen.
Yes.
Yeah, they're down south.
Out in Elwood.
Then we use Xylem and Rocks, etc. to buy our mulch, our rocks. We buy some compost, some dirt from them. We use Tri-County Stockdale to buy anything kind of fertilization related. We buy all our mowers from a commercial dealership. We use touchdown services to buy some subcontractor services as well as other bulk materials. we go we go to some hardware stores, man.
Yeah, Ace, Menards. Sometimes you got to.
Yeah, I spend a bit more time in Menards than I'd like.
Yeah. What other services do we offer in the landscape field?
So specifically landscape, um, plant installation, mulch installation, plant removal. We can do some light tree trimming, anything from the ground. Shrub pruning. We offer packages for that. Full clean out. So say you've just moved into a house, was neglected, or you've neglected the landscaping for a few years. We can come in, clean that out, renovate it. We offer plant installation packages, so it makes it super easy. There are literally tens of thousands of plants that you can purchase for your home. Super overwhelming. Beach installation. We've done walls installations. We've done patio installations. We've done leveling, grading. If it's outside,
All types of
yeah,
things.
If it's outside, we'll probably do it.
Yep, sod, anything.
Yeah, sod. Seed blanket, erosion control.
All
you
different.
name it.
Anything outside, we're more than happy to do it. Most likely. So on my landscape job, I got a fee for disposal. What is that for? Why am I paying for this?
Yep, disposal fee. It'll be on every single estimate. Without a change order, you'll never be charged if it's not quoted. But a disposal fee is literally just the price we're paying to dispose of stuff. We have to get rid of the bush trimming, the tree branches, the dirt, the gravel, the rocks. All those have to go somewhere different. Excuse me. So that's just a cost that we're paying. And it's put on there because I like to break everything down line by line so you know exactly what you're paying for. I really believe in transparency and not trying to hide anything.
I think that wraps up our landscaping questions.
Cool.
Anything to add?
No, I think that's it.
All right, we're on to snow.
Hit me.
So for our snow season, what is the trigger? So for height, inches, anything like that, that we will come out. Depth. That's a good name. So what's the trigger for snow removal for you to come to my house and service it?
Yeah, good question. So most companies that are still in residential have a 2-inch trigger. I found that's a little arbitrary. I think it's just kind of like a copy and paste type thing. You saw
it somewhere else
doing it, so now you do it. Ours is a little more flexible. We say a 1 to 2 inch trigger, but we've definitely gone out and serviced for less than 1 inch. It really depends on the type of snow. So we do a lot of commercial work. So we're already out in the storm. We know what's going on. We know what it looks like. If it's a super heavy, super icy 1 inch, like that's a problem. It's a lot of snow. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be a slip and fall hazard. So we'll come out and clear that. So really it's closer to 1 inch, but we sell it in a residential agreement. So you'll sign up probably in November. You'll be covered from the day you sign all the way until the end of March. And that's for 10, 11 visits.
So when does the snow removal season begin for me? When will I start getting service? When does it end?
Yep. It officially begins. We take payment on December 1st, but you're covered pretty much from the day you sign up until March 30th.
Okay. So when do the guys usually come out to service my driveway and sidewalks if asked for?
That's a good question, right? Everyone wants their driveway cleared before work, understandably. But depending on how each event plays out, it's not possible to guarantee that. So what we do guarantee is you will be done as soon as it stops snowing and as soon as we can get there. Our big thing is scheduling, making sure we have the right people, doing the right work at the right times. That's kind of the big challenge around snow is timing. So as soon as it stops, we'll make sure everything gets cleared. If it's a super long event, you'll get cleared probably 2 or 3 times, depending on how long things could go. So we'll do our best to keep you cleared, make sure you have that safety in and out of your home, but really can't guarantee a time.
Gotcha.
But
So
if it's snowing, we're out there working.
So how do you clear my driveway? Do you use shovels? Do you use a snowplow? Do you use any small machinery? What?
All of the above.
Yeah.
All of the above. We've shoveled driveways, we've snowblown driveways, and now we plow driveways.
So yeah, any way we can clear the snow out. Anything else snow-wise? Anything you think you could add?
I can talk about the packages for a second. So, number one thing is like, hey, why do you do this package, or can I just have a one-time? The benefit to the packages for us is that we know going in exactly how many clients we have. And then the reason that's a benefit to you is because we're capped. We're not going to add any more. So you're going to get good quality service. You're going to have your driveway cleared.
Timely manner and everything. So
yeah, some contractors will keep adding. They'll take on more work that they can chew. And we've been there and we've done that and have learned from it. So we like to keep our number really manageable. We might charge a little bit more than the next guy, but I know we're providing a high quality service because of it. So, people ask, hey, like, this snow, my mom normally does it. She's older, but she's really healthy and she likes to shovel. But can you go run and do it this snow? We can't because our schedules are full.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally fill up and we're done. That's it. So if you want to get someone covered, call sometime November, even early December. We may still have availability. Get them on the list and get them taken care of.
Yeah. Another random question I
Yeah.
thought of. Salting. Do we salt?
So in the residential service agreement, it includes salting as needed. So what does that mean? For example, at my house, I don't have downspouts
Yep.
on my garage. So I get a nice big, I don't know, 3 foot wide circle of ice. So those kind of things will be salted. If there's icy areas that look dangerous, we'll get salted. But we can definitely add on entire salting for an additional fee. We already have that item priced out.
Cool. I believe that's all for snowing.
Cool, man. Great question.